This Thursday Thought is brought to you by WP Engine, the best way to host your WordPress website so you can sleep well at night. With automated updates and daily backups of your site, you probably won't need their award-winning 24/7 support, but just in case anything comes up, it's there for you. You can go to tpmfocus.com/WP to learn more. And if you decide to sign up, just use the code WPE3FREE. Again, that's WPE as in WordPress Engine 3 FREE free. WPE3 free, and you'll get 3 months free using that promo code. Let's take a moment to connect the dots. Every Thursday, in under 10 minutes, I'm going to share with you real-life, everyday situations to help you as an entrepreneur, a leader, an innovator, or just a person who's venturing out to try something new. These stories will help you make sense of situations you may find yourself in, and also provide encouragement to keep you moving forward in your journey. The more often you or your product is in front of someone, the more likely it is for them to buy into you and what you're selling, your product, right? And that's why Facebook ads are so popular. Though we may get tired of seeing them in our feed, they work. Undoubtedly, they work. And there are companies spending millions on that platform each month that prove this. And they rely upon that channel to bring in customers and keep their brand at the top of the mind for many people. Now, when you're just starting out and bringing a new innovation to the market, though you may think your product is awesome enough to sell like hotcakes, chances are it's not. That flywheel hasn't yet started. And that's why I always talk about putting feelers into the market and building a community before any product is ever released, just to get the conversation going and some type of affinity for you as the founder and subsequently the brand or new product you're building. And studies show that people have an affinity for and buy more frequently from brands that they regularly engage with in some capacity. Not only that, people think more favorably of their most recent positive experiences with a brand over previous ones with other brands. So we tend to like what's in front of us that's providing us a good experience now, and we can and will find reasons why it's better than others we've engaged with in the past. I always advise innovators that once you start to engage with a potential customer, don't stop. Well, unless they ask you to. Keep in touch and do it often. It's a common experience that many founders have when they start engaging with someone that's a potential customer and they say things are great and they have bought into the idea of purchasing from them, but maybe they need more approvals internally or company buy-in before they can proceed with signing a contract. So many founders, especially ones that have shyness or fears of rejection, they won't keep in touch with these potential customers on a regular cadence and not using automation either. And that's a big mistake. You must stay in touch with them. You see, these potential customers are people who have lives and competing priorities just like you. And keep in mind that they're probably being approached by your competitors or alternatives to your product that can just as well serve their needs. So why would they choose you? Is your product just that great? Is it just that different than anything else and absolutely nothing else will do? Probably not. There are very few absolutes like that in life. And studies have shown that humans remember positive recent interactions more favorably than ones that happened a while back. And this means trouble for you. Have you ever worked on a deal to bring a new customer on? Thought it was going to close once X, Y, and Z happens that they told you they needed to do internally before they can move forward. But when you reach back out, many times it's weeks or even months later, they've decided to take another direction. Yeah, so one of your competitors has earned their business. At this point, you're confused. You thought they liked you, your product, they just needed to do X, Y, and Z internally, and the deal was done. But what you didn't know was that your competitors reached out more recently than you and have stayed in touch in multiple ways that impressed your potential customer and created a bond and affinity with them. And well, now it's a distant memory how much they liked you or your product. When my daughter was little, she always said she wanted to be a pediatrician and a mother one day. She adored her pediatrician, who was also a mom with a little girl her age and another one on the way. That was the vision my daughter had for herself, I guess, and so she really just took a liking to her pediatrician, making her and her future career choice a topic in our house and at school quite often. Well, one day, my daughter's school had an assembly, and on the big screens there, they rolled video of the teachers asking each of the kids what they wanted to be when they grew up. Now, my husband and I patiently waited for our child to come up on the screen, and when she did, we were excitedly waiting for her to make us proud with her public declaration of her career choice. Now, I know this sounds ridiculous, but I'm just telling you how it was. Judge me if you please. So she comes up on the screen, and they ask her, "So what do you want to be when you grow up?" And she says,
I want to be a swim teacher.
"A swim teacher? Say what now?" While the audience awed and how sweet the responses were, my husband and I sat there confused and wondering, where in the world did that come from? So after the event, we asked her, "Hey, sweetie, since when did you decide you wanted to be a swim teacher?" We were surprised to hear that. And she said, "Well, my aqua tots teacher is so nice and I've had a lot of fun with her, so I think I want to do that." And just like that, she went from wanting to be a pediatrician to wanting to be a swim teacher, because when it came down to the wire, just before it was time to make a decision on what she wanted to do, for the video, of course, her last interaction was with her swim teacher, with whom she shared a positive experience. Though you may be thinking, well, that's just kids. Adults aren't that fickle. And I challenge you on that. We're all just people. And some decisions quite literally depend on the day, the time, what's going on in their lives, and how they're feeling in that moment. So many decisions are made that way. And I hope that you keep yourself top of mind in a favorable way for as long as it takes, so that your customer doesn't forget the relationship and the value you bring.